Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Rob, and this is Rob and Juno Outdoors. This is episode 2 of Ruck Gear 101. If you watched my first video, you saw all of the gear that I carry in my ruck, and I mentioned in that video that I would do a second video about putting it all back together again. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to take my ruck and all that gear, I'm going to put it all back together again and show you how I put it all back together. So the first thing we're going to do is the ruck. This is a Black Hawk ultralight, and I've had it for quite a while. But anyhow, I did mention that you're going to need some type of a platform. You want the weight up high on your back. So I actually made this. This is from foam. You can buy the foam at Lowe's or Home Depot. It comes in sheets. It's approximately 1 inch thick, maybe 1 1/4 inches thick, and you just form it to your ruck and stack it up to the height that you want, wrap it all up in duct tape, and you'll be good to go. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get this thing back in the ruck. So when you first do this, you want it to fit really tight. So you're actually going to be forcing it into place, but after a while the edges are going to smooth out, and bumps and dings, so on and so forth, and it's going to get compressed a little bit, but that's okay. It still fits rather snug, so I might have to struggle with this a little bit to get it in here. It would help if I popped all the buckles. So we want to force it down in here. We want to make sure that it's all the way down inside the ruck. Do up my zipper just a little bit. Now, before I get too much further, I do want to talk about what I carry on my kidney belt. I do carry 2 of these little holsters. These are from a company called Night Ease, and they're actually for holding your flashlights. So I do carry a couple of flashlights. This is a Lux Pro LP600. Juno, come on in here. Come on. Come on. This is Lacey. I don't know if you can see her. That's Lacey. Juno, come on. Well, he'll come in here when he feels like it. So the holsters are really convenient. I believe I got these at Lowe's. Come on. You know how to open that door. So basically the flashlight just slides right in there, and then I have one on this side. Now this is the area light that I spoke about in my last video. It also will slide right in here, and I have it facing forward, so when I turn it on, and it's adjusted so that it comes and will shine the ground directly in front of me. Very convenient. Keeps me from tripping on tree roots and rocks and so on and so forth. So that goes there. Now I have this string on here for a reason. I talked a little bit about the sheath, but it has this Velcro, so you can fold it over so you can put it on a regular belt loop. Juno's with us. Get out of there. Come on. So this is Juno. He's my 3-year-old Australian Shepherd. So this does open up. You can get it onto the kidney belt, but because it does open up like that, these do rotate, by the way. Get it slid over the holster. Straighten this back out. And what I do is I actually tie this in place because I don't like it sliding around all the time. square knot, we're all set. So that's back together. Put the knife back in here. Okay, so that takes care of the kidney belt. We have, I talked about the self-defense spray. I'm just going to clip this on up here real quick. Now the water hose, I run it through these 2 D-rings right here. The side you put it on is totally up to you. I prefer it on my right side. And it goes through the center port. Some rucks have on either side of the carry handle. Mine happens to be in the center. And then the water bladder. It's a 3-liter. I talked about it before. It's a Source 1. Hook that in real quick. And we're going to drop this into place. All right, almost all of them that I've ever seen have some type of a Velcro attachment. I actually have 2. And basically you just run it through the handle, hook them in real quick. Basically it just keeps the water bladder from collapsing on itself. Let's find the other one. So one thing that I always like to do is check it before I get too far. All right, we're good to go on that. Put this back into place. All right, so that takes care of that. So again, I have that spacer. It's in a U shape. The water bladder fits right down in the middle of it right there. Our 19 pounds of bricks goes right here. And then I like to put my poncho right down in the middle, right in between. I sandwich it in between the water bladder and the bricks, kind of keeps the bricks off the water bladder. I carry 2 water bottles, 1 on either side. Zip this up a little bit. And then one on this side. Juno, come on, get out of there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, basically, that's the ruck at this point. I'll lay this down. So, waterproof bag. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the first video, but we're going to put, up. Come on. So I talked about the battery pack and the cord. Don't forget the cord. It's going to go in here. Toilet tissue in the waterproof bag. First aid kit. The magnesium striker. Oral IV and the wet fire starter tinder. And the wet ones. This folds over. It's got a one-way valve on it. Press out all the air. Cinch it down, lock it in place. And that is going to go right in here. So then we have our compartments on the outside, and that is going to contain our life straw, my Gatorade, and then I kind of split my food up here a little bit, so I'm going to put 3 in 1, the Epic bars and one of the Fig bars in there. And then on this outer compartment is the rest of the food. Little snack bars, we talked about those in the first video. And then the solar charger. It's going to go on this carabiner. Now the only thing about the solar charger, and this is just a personal thing, if you just hang it on the carabiner when you're walking, it has a tendency to swing back and forth. Well, that was annoying to me. So I stuck a little, excuse all the dog fur, some Velcro, and then the Ruck itself already had Velcro pads on it, so now it just stays in place and I won't lose it because of the carabiner. So that's pretty much it. And then of course I have my headlamp. You can drop that just about anywhere, wherever it's convenient to get to it. So that's the Ruck. So all totaled, water bottles, the bricks, the bladder, about 32 pounds with all the gear in here. So that's it. So again, this is Rob and Juno Outdoors, and this is Ruck Gear 101. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will talk to you later. Bye.